name is Sarah Buchanan. I'm going to be talking about the Zika virus with you guys this evening. Zika virus is part of a group 4 single-strand RNA, part of the genus flavivirus, mainly vector-borne viruses. It originates through the bite of an infected mosquito, usually female. This species is most active during the day, so you're going to get bit during the day. These mosquitoes are usually found in tropical and subtropical areas, but they can live outdoors or indoors. Here's a map of where all of the areas in the world that the mosquitoes could be found in purple. As you see, the closer we are to the equator, the more mosquitoes there are. The virus is known to replicate in the dendritic cells of the lymph node, as well as go into the bloodstream. It has 3 structural proteins that bind to the host cell wall: the capsid, the membrane, and the envelope. This allows for entry into the host cells and transcription of viral RNA. It also has 7 non-structural proteins, but these are just there to help out with the transcription of the RNA. Here is a picture of what's going on inside the cells. It's basic entry, replication, maturation, and then going out into invade other cells. As you can see here, proteins are all over the spherical genome. It is enveloped, and it has a single strand of RNA. These proteins out here are used to bind to the normal cells and to trick them into letting them in. And then they also protect against the lymphatic system, the antibodies that try to destroy infection. Here's a picture of what you would see under the microscope. These are the Zika virus's cells, and this is the normal cell. You can see another picture here, the proteins, the envelope, the capsid, and the RNA. How could you get this virus? Vector-borne through infected mosquitoes, so you can get bit by a mosquito. If you're pregnant, you can pass it on to your fetus. Blood transfusion, this is still being studied. The idea is that if you're infected while you give blood, then whoever is receiving the blood that you're giving is also going to get infected. Also through unprotected sex. In 1947, the first Zika virus was found from the blood of a monkey in Uganda. 2007 was the first outbreak recorded. 2013, the larger outbreak with more people. And then 2015, it spread into the Americas, including the United States. You can see here the yellow and the red are places and countries that have reported Zika viruses. The gray is just an increase in risks. In 2017, there were 1,118 reported cases of the Zika virus and 95 in 2018. Infections can resemble common cold. There are testings that are available to confirm infection if you do go to the hospital. However, it's hard to diagnose because people don't normally go to the hospital for a head cold, and also because there's a lot of similarities with other vector-borne diseases, and so it's hard to tell. Zika rarely leads to death. Once a person has been infected with Zika, they don't have a very high chance of being infected again. These are some of the testing options. The 3 that the CDC uses are the real-time PCR, the IgM ELISA, and PRNT. As you can see here, This is a little diagram of what the CDC will use. If you are less than 7 days after onset, they'll do a real-time PCR. If you're positive, then you're confirmed. If you're negative, then they do further testing. As long as you're more than 4 days after onset. And they do a IgM for the Zika virus, and then if you're positive, they do a PRNT. If you're negative, they look at other diseases. As you can see here, the importance in knowing antibody reactions in the cells is important because you can see here they're a little bit different. All three of these show the same onset and symptoms, but they look a little different if you look a little closer. If you have Zika virus, you could have a headache, joint pain, conjunctivitis, rash, muscle pain, and fever. Many people who are infected with Zika are not going to show any symptoms, and if they do, they're minor and they usually last 2 to 7 days. If you're infected, you're encouraged to use protection during sex for up to 6 months after initial infection, and women are to avoid getting pregnant after 8 weeks. Complications of the Zika only affect babies. There's only 2 neurological deficits. One of them is macrocephaly, and that is the shrinking of the brain. So significantly smaller head, significantly smaller brain will affect growth and development. The other one is Guillain-Barré syndrome. This will damage the nerve cells, and so you can't send that signal to move or do anything with your muscles. Prevention and treatment. Prevention, the only way to prevent the Zika virus from spreading is to avoid getting bit by mosquitoes. One of the main ways is to use insect repellent. EPA has registered insect repellents, and those include DEET, oil of lemon eucalyptus, and picaridin. Also avoid standing in still water, that's where they like to multiply. Treatment. There's no specific medicine or vaccine for Zika virus, so you're just going to treat the symptoms. You're going to get plenty of rest, plenty of water, take Tylenol for your headache if you need to. That's about it. And that's all I have for you. Thank you for listening.